Mattie Rogers is arguably the best USA weightlifter of the 21st century. Her 13 medals from World Championships events up until this point are the evidence. And that's why this training session, with these misses in the snatch, was concerning. Because not only was this her last heavy training session before what would become her best ever international total, but also it was the build-up to what might be her 6th straight World Championships in which she stood on the podium. Let's go back quickly. When Mattie Rogers came over to weightlifting from a focus on cheerleading and gymnastics, she quickly rose up the rankings in the USA, and by the time of the Olympic trials in 2016, she was one of the best, missing out on the 3rd Olympic slot by a hair. In fact, for her performance at the Olympic trials, she was awarded Best Overall Lifter, a bitter pill to swallow, to not then be selected. Over the following quad between 2016 and Tokyo in 2021, she continued to improve and medalled at seemingly every opportunity. Worlds in 2017, 18, 19, Pan Ams in 2017, 18, 19, 20. She even won the World University Championship. Despite having made the Olympics in 2021 and solidified herself as the most consistently elite weightlifter in the USA based on her medals, she didn't have the performance she was after. And that's why this competition here in 2023 Saudi Arabia, the World Championships, was so important. Because after a coaching switch and a subsequent increase in performance, Mattie was heading towards Paris 2024 with a new level of ability. Her total was slowly climbing, along with her body weight, a factor she for years struggled with and continues to struggle with to this day. Qualifying for Paris 2024 would become the biggest challenge she would face, and despite an ever-increasing total, her category, the women's 81 kilo class, also continued to climb above and beyond where it was expected to. This training session, despite Mattie's close misses in the snatch, turned out to be one in which she truly demonstrated her strength and desire to improve. With an international record of 141 kilos, Mattie hit 145 kilos, 319 pounds, a new personal best. Surely she was ready. From the USA, multiple-time world medalist, 13 medals in fact, it's Mattie Rogers. Come the day of the competition, and Mattie was lifting alongside the likes of world record holder Liang Xiaomei, Olympic champion Wang Zhiyu, junior world record holder Aileen Sukmatana, Olympic champion Lacey DeHomez, and more. An insanely talented lineup of athletes. You know, it's arguably the most stacked session in all of women's weightlifting right now.
Yeah, this has to be probably the most contested, maybe only the 71 women's class being basically on par with this, but everyone in here is very capable.
Just think, by the time we get to the Olympics, then we can add in Selfrid Coanda into the mix as she moves down from the 87s. It's just going to be, you know, it's going to be too close to call.
Yeah. Where does Mattie need to place to actually get selected within the United States? And you know, obviously it really depends on what she can total here. Can she get high enough on that list? It's changed over the last week, well, 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
We've seen her teammates move themselves up the rankings pretty steadily, actually, and pretty far.
So her last 4 competitions, we've seen 111, 109, 110, 110. She has 13 World Championships medals to her name. You know, getting another one today seems a little bit unlikely. This category is you know, one that she doesn't tend to compete in. She likes to be at 76, so the top athletes are a little bit stronger, but personal bests certainly on the cards. She told me that she's physically the strongest she's ever been at this meet.
Wow, smooth opening lift.
Yeah, it's that sort of classic cat to the rock back that she often does on that opening attempt, but she gets it overhead. It's a sound opener.
Wow.
Wow,
so smooth.
She's in the form of her life.
Yeah.
You know, she's arguably the USA's most dominant. I mean, in terms of, I suppose,
Easily.
Olympics, she's not been to as many as, say, a Kendrick Farris type. But in terms of medals at a world level, she might be basically the most dominant US weightlifter of the last several decades.
Yeah.
Oh, she
fought
had
for it,
the pull.
but just a tiny bit behind. What a huge attempt.
Yeah.
She's still in a great position. 112 kilos on her second gives her a really solid springboard for the clean and jerk.
Mattie Rogers would need at least 140 kilos to set a personal best in the total, and so presumably partly because these Olympic qualifying events are all about extending your previous best total, and partly because she looks so strong in training just a few days earlier, Mattie opened up at that 140 kilos, a new personal best in the total.
Rogers now would be the lifter at 140. This is going to be her opening attempt.
Yeah, well, this actually gives her 4 kilos on her best ever total just with this opener, but it equals the total of the athlete above her in the Olympic rankings. That's Peguero, who's not done so well today. But I suppose she knows that she's got significantly more in the tank on her second and third attempt.
Yeah.
Is this her heaviest ever opener internationally?
It has to be her heaviest, yeah.
This is a huge lift now from Mattie Rogers.
Only made a few kilos more than this ever.
It's a strong clean.
She's got it. Very powerful jerk.
Wow.
Yeah, she's in great shape right now. That was a very solid opening lift.
Yeah.
So heavy as well. 140. She potentially has the ability to make a run at a very big total here.
Yeah.
Rough clean.
A little tougher in the stand.
She had the jerk though.
Oh, no.
Came down.
Yeah.
You know, that clean was a bit tough. Might have just been a little bit out front when she pulled.
That looks better.
Much better clean.
It's still a tough stand, but it looks nicer.
Just can't get that bar behind her head. She's just too tired in the jerk.
Context is everything. Mattie walked away from this competition with the best performance of her career, but she didn't medal this time. Sport is brutal. It's within your control, but it's also outside of it. Mattie has been leading the way for a decade now. Only the strong survive.